Welcome all, Boone here from EWPRO. Let's get straight into it, starting with the DXY on the daily. So we got the 5 down. We've got an A, B, C in here for a flat, like I've been saying for quite a while. And then we're looking for that C up on the daily. H4 last week, we were looking for this X2. We're getting that, and now we're looking for that Z up. So if you're patient, waiting for this X2 last week, what you should have been doing. If we go down to the H1, we got the 3 down. It tried to break here, and then we're getting another one here. So we can look at this as an A, B, C, and maybe get another one down in here for a larger A, B, C, finishing off the X, or it goes from here. I'm more inclined to any sort of buy setup I get, you'd be looking for the buy. Not really interested in the sell. If we go back to the H4, we still haven't crossed down here on the MACD. So this can be a flat in here and we get that one down, giving us that X2. That's why I'm saying that we still may get that one down on the H1. So you have to be careful of that. But yeah, any buy setup you get, look for the buy. Like there's a buy setup here. You got a trend line break there, so you can, if you get a little flag in here on the lower time frames, you can look for that buy from here and just have your stop loss here. But be mindful that it may just come up, here and then give us another one down. So that's why you definitely want your stop loss. And then if it does give you that other one down, well then you wait for your next buy setup to trade that Z up on the H4. AU on the daily, not much changed on the daily. This is getting interesting though, because well, we had that bearish divergence here, but we got a WX. We're looking for this wave Y. We don't have any bullish divergence, but we haven't hit that 100 fib either. We haven't hit this A, B, C 100 fib either. So it gets tricky because this can just be a flat in here, A, B, C in here, and then you get an A, B, C, a larger correction instead of, like a W, X, Y, X, Z, like I'm looking at it. So yeah, it may turn into a different structure, but it doesn't matter what structure it's going to turn out to be. We're still looking in the same directions. We haven't crossed up on this, so we are still in this wave Y. This wave Y is still not over. If we look on the H4, we got this bear hidden here. So we're looking for that Z down. Like I said last week, we got this WXY, looking for the X2 and then a Z down. We're getting that bear hidden. So any sell setup that you get, you can look for that sell. You don't really want to go against that bear hidden at this stage. If we break above this top, well, that negates that bear hidden. So yeah. So if we look on H1, I was looking for that Z down last week, WXY looking for that X2 and then a Z down. We never got the Z down on any of them. We never got the setup to get that Z down either. So now looking at it, we're not going to get that Z down, obviously. Now, how we look at it now is we got a little flat in here. So we've got a W, X, Y, X2, and then a Z up. We're looking for that Z up on this now, because we got a little, we can get a little, this may come down a little bit. I'm only looking for the sells. So if you do get a sell here, you know, if you do get a little flag here, in here, you can look for that sell, but just be mindful that this can be a flat here for one more up. I just come down here, break these lows here, and then shoot up on you, because we have this little flat here for W, X, Y, X, Z, and then it falls over. Okay, for that larger H4 wave Z. EU on the daily, nothing's changed on the daily. We're looking for that A, B, C. We're looking for that C down. Now, I should point out, I've pointed out many times before, but the wave C only has to break the low of wave A. So this may be over. It's wave C has broken below the starting ending point of wave A. So you have to be mindful of that. It has completed, technically it has completed its structure, but we are looking for more downside and hopefully break this low. Page 4, we're looking, like I said last week, you know, we're looking for this Z down. We're going to be in this correction, and then we look for that Z down. We're getting that Z down. We don't have a cross on the MACD to give us a bear hidden on this one yet. So again, we may get a little flat in here and give us another one up in here, and then that will give us that bear hidden. Then you look for that Z down. Go down to H1, you might see it a bit clearer. So we can get this little flat in here. Sort of got one up here to finish off that X2 and then go. I mean, you can scalp the buys. It's risky, but you could put a buy stop just above there. And of course, if it price comes down here to the 90 fib, you know, you're not going to use that buy stop. But if it just comes down here, put the buy stop on, and then you could use this as your stop loss if you wanted to trade that like A, B, C up in here. Very risky, and it's not the sort of thing I'd do. But if you're looking for the buys, that's what you could do. I'm more interested in the sells, you know, for that Z down on the H4. So if that is the top here, because we do have bearish divergence. So if you do get a bearish setup in here, you know, I'll be looking for the sell. Any sell setup I get, I'll be looking for that sell. Going to the GU on the daily. Again, nothing's changed on the daily. No, we've got this A, B, looking for this C down. On the H4, again, nothing's changed. We're getting that correction. Like I said last week, we're looking for that X2. This one, we have the bear hidden. And it's actually confirmed as bear hidden. So we can look for that sell if you're not in it already. On the H1, so we got 3 up in here. Trend line break. There was a little flat in here. If you're in this at the break of that low, you know, you'd have your sell stop, your stop loss just above here, and you're looking for that like Z down to go and break this low. Should put the target on there. See, this nearly come down, wave Y nearly come down to 250 fib. I'll just put this target on here. And we can remove this one. So this is your first and your second target. 123.6 your first target, 161.8 is your second target. And you on the daily. Again, this one's complete as its structure on the daily. We do have that bullish divergence here. We got this C down. So we really have to be careful. It may not be complete on the like the H4, we just got this one wave down. So we've got nothing really there. We're getting a larger correction. So I am looking for like an A, B, C. No, A, this is our correction, and then a B, and then another one down for a C to finish off this daily wave C. If you go down to the H1, when we filter this out, we've got a W, X, Y, X2 with bear hidden. Now, I'm not going to show you how we filter, but we got W, X, Y, X2, look for that Z down. Pretty much the same as all the others, but on NU, we need to use that filter. But it's pretty much the same as the others. On the H4, we're looking for that H4 Z down. Whereas this one, it's actually H1 filtered. UY, sorry. So again, nothing's changed on the daily, like I've been saying for ages, you know. A, B, C, looking for this C down. This is very choppy. So I'm looking for that C down. We're at a top, you know, it's risky to be buying. We've broken just above this top here. So it's going to be more than likely a running flat before we get more upside. It can turn into an expanding flat and break this low, but then I'd be expecting more upside. Overall, because we're getting a flat here and it's broken the top, I am looking for more upside. Before it broke the top, there was a possibility that we could get this wave down. Now I'm not looking for that because we've broken the top. There's going to be more upside once we get this C down. At this stage, I'm only looking for the sell, but yeah. So going on to the H4, sorry, we got this A, B, C in the B wave. Just broke that top. Any sort of sell setup you get, look for the sell. It's not giving us a sell setup yet. It's looking it's still looking bullish on the daily. On the H1, sorry. So we got this A, B. We can look at this as a C down in here as a flat and more upside. But you know, this here, it's still looking bullish. It's not giving us a sell setup. The only way you could take the sell here is a sell stop there for like an A, B, C, or WXY, or 1, 2, 3, whichever way you look at it. So the only way you could trade it now is put a sell stop just under this low and look at this as a flat here, you know. And use this as your stop loss if you get triggered. But you know, it's looking more bullish. We're not getting a sell setup, so wait for the sell setup. We may get like if we do get a break above this top, which is more than likely, we get a break above this top, then draw your trend line. We've already got bearish divergence, so we'll more than likely get even more bearish divergence, and then wait for your sell setup and take it. You know, that'd be the safest option. Then you still can put that sell stop there, and you know, if it goes and breaks that top, well, you're going to take that sell stop off before you get triggered, because it'll just, if it breaks this top, it's going to go and break this top as well. You know? So yeah, that's how I'm looking at UY. Onto the U Sheffy on the daily. No, we got this. Nothing's changed. We've got this A. Looking at this as a B, and we're looking for that C up. On the weekly, we do have that possible bear hidden. But like I've said, I've ruled that out because we got 5 down in here. Then we got the high, you know, and then we don't have bull hidden here, but we're only looking for the buys on the H4 because we're getting all that bullish divergence, you know. So we're only looking for the buy. If you go back and look at all my weekly outlooks, you'll see that. So looking at that H4, we just got that one wave up. So we're getting a correction in here now. We haven't crossed down on this, so it's still internal. On the H1 last week, we were looking for this Z up. This is what I was looking for in the room. I put this in the room, that we were looking for this one here and then look for that buy during the week for that Z up. So pretty much, yeah, we got that WXY. I said last week, wait for your correction and then look for that Z up. So pretty much, unless you were scalping last week, you wouldn't have got many trades. Yeah. So what you can do now, well, we can draw this. Your targets. This is a H1 target. So we come back just about to the 38.2. Oh, let me remove this. So we, in X2, we come pretty much down to that 38.2. So that's really nice. That's ideal. We're looking for that. Any buy setup you get, you know, look for the buy, and here's your first target and your second target. You know, the 123.6 and the 161.8. So look for your buys. UCAD, we still can, like I've been saying for ages, you know, I'm looking at this as an extended wave. We're looking at that as X2 and then a Z, possible Z down. Until we negate that bear hidden and break above, well, it's this top here actually. Till we break above that top, we still may get that bear hidden because we've got that bear hidden here. Possible bear hidden. So you definitely can't rule out that Z down on the daily. H4. We just got the one wave up. And this is what's dangerous, because we've got this trend line here and we've broken above it. and then broken below it. So you have to be very careful. We may get that Z down and we get a flat in here. If you look on the H1, so we were looking for this Z up, pretty much the same as all the rest. We're looking for that W, X, Y, X2, and we're looking for that Z up. We do have bullish hidden divergence here. So if you get a little break, you know, look for that buy. But again, you're going to have to be careful. It's not very bullish. It's not looking very bullish. You know, we didn't get that impulse up and then the flag, you know, or correction. You know, it's more like 1, 2, 3 up and then a slow move down. So we may just get 1, 2, 3 up again and then another one down for a larger A, B, C in here, you know. So it's a bit tricky. Wait for a nice setup if you're looking for the buy. Yeah. This can turn into a flat and a larger correction and we don't get that Z up. Just the way price action is, you know, what price action is giving us. You have to look at the price action to see if we're going to get the structure that we're looking at. Like we're looking at for this Z up. You know, if it's not giving us the setups for that Z up, well, you have to start to look at different structures it can be. And like I said, it may turn into like 1, 2, 3 up here, then another 1, 2, 3 up here, and then we get an A, B, C for a larger correction, and then we go. So yeah. GY, sorry, on the daily. I've lost on me. So, here we go. So we got WXY on the daily. Like I've been saying, it can get to that 161.8, but I was looking at this as the top because on the H4 we got that extended WXY XZ on the H4. If we go down to that, so I was looking at this as a top. If we quickly go over that again, probably. So we got that WX. Wave Y was extended with a WXYXZ, X2, and then we get that Z up, bouncing off that 161.8 second target. So I can remove this now. I'm not going to go over that again. So on the H4, we got WXY. This was a very deep pullback. It still can be an X2. Like I was looking for last week, like most of them, I was looking for that X2 and then a Z down. The JPY pairs took off and we didn't get that sell set up for the Z down. This still is valid for that Z down, you know, because we have that bear hidden. We've got that bear hidden here. So it still can come down for that Z down. To negate that, we need to break above this top. To negate that bear hidden, that possible bear hidden. So if we go down to H1, you can see what I was looking for last week. I was looking for that WXY, looking for a correction, never got it, and then a Z down. So all we got was a WXY. Again, even on H1, we got that possible bear hidden. Right? This here is giving us a sell setup as a little flatting. probably better. I might just go down there 15 so you can see it. So if you're in this trade, so we got moved down an A, B, C up in here for a flat, for an A, B, C, or a wave Y or a wave 3, however you look at it. No one knows where this will end, but this is looking like a flat in here. So you can put a sell stop just under this low, and if it triggers you, well, this will be your stop loss, and you'll be looking for the first target at 100 fib, at the 100 fib there. And you definitely want to be at break even at that 100 fib, and then wait for that wave Z down to break this low on the H4. EG on the daily. So like I've been saying for ages, we're looking for that A, B, C, but I've been giving caution because we got this large correction in here, very slow. It's been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks. We're only looking for the buy. H4, we got this nice impulse up in the wave A. Then we got W, X, Y, X, Z. We got that Z down. Now we can look at this as an ending diagonal, this wave Z, ending diagonal, you get the 3, like you get 1, 2, 3 in wave 1, then you get 1, 2, 3 in your correction for wave 2, and then you get 1, 2, 3 in your wave 3. Then this may be a correction. Well, this is your wave 3 here, sorry. This is your wave 3 here. You got 1, 2. Well, this is your 2 here, 3. And then this can be turned into a flat here, 1, 2, 3 up for your wave 4. And then we may get that one down for your wave 5 as a ending diagonal. So be careful. We still may get one more down here. It's not confirmed. We're still within this trend line. Like I said, we want to break out. Like I said last week, we want to break out of this trend. Look for your buy. Then look for your buy. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This may be ending diagonal, and we may get one more down to finish off that move. EY on the daily, again, like the JPY pairs, we got that deep pullback. We got a nice pullback breaking the trend line, but it's come back above the trend line. We got all this bearish divergence. You don't really want to be, well, I don't trade against these bearish divergence on these daily. It's very risky. But here we do have, it's not valid, but we got this bull hidden. So we can go and break these tops. So you have to be careful. We are at a top, so it's risky to be buying. But if you know what you're doing, you can. We got H4. We got that WX wave Y, and we were looking for that X2 last week, and then a Z down. Well, again, we got bear hidden here. We've got that possible bear hidden. So this still can probably give another one up here because it's looking so bullish. Give another one up here. As long as this top here holds, we still can get that Z down. So I'll put that there because we still can possibly get that Z down because we do have that bear hidden. If we go to the H1, it's looking very bullish though, There's no sell setup on it. It's not giving us a sell setup for that Z down. So what I'd like to see is we're getting a correction in here on the H1. I want another one up here because this is looking bullish. And you can take this, you know, buy setup because it is giving you a buy setup. It's giving you a correction in here on H1. So you can take it. If you do take it, and it breaks this top, well, then you can hold it. But other than that, if you do take the buy for a scalp, it's only going to be a scalp unless it breaks that top. So if you see it, if you take the trade and it comes to, say, around here somewhere, and then starts to like break your trend line, you know, you want to get out of it and just have it as a scalp and then look for the sell for that H4Z down. That's what I think it'll probably do because it's looking still so bullish on the H1. We'll get another one up here, and then it'll either break that top, and that's the end of the move, and we get more upside for that daily bullish hidden, or we get it just breaks up here, we get a trend line break, and then a sell setup, and then you can look for that sell. Looking at the gold on the daily, nothing's changed on the daily. Like I've been saying for ages and ages and ages, we can have look at this as we got that bear hidden. This can go and give us that Z down. Now this is looking nice, you know. This is how I like to see them, you know. We're not getting those deep moves like we're seeing in the JPY giving us that bear hidden. We're getting more of a, you know, a slow correction, you know. We're looking for that WXY, we're looking for that X2, and then we're looking for that Z down. H1, there's not much here yet. I'd like to see it go and break this top, draw your trend line, and then look for your sell setup. WTI on the daily, I did put a trade idea out on this one. It turned into a break even for me, but every sell setup I'll get, I'm gonna look for it, you know. Looking at it as an A, I'm still looking at it as a B because it's so choppy, and we're looking for that C down. Still looking for that C down. It's starting to get too far, but I don't really like it as a flat in here for an A, B, C, because we got this large correction in here. So I don't really like it as that, but yeah. So I'm still looking at this as an A, B, C. I'm looking for that C down. We've got all this bearish divergence, you know, so I don't want to be going against that, you know. We've got bearish divergence between this high and this high, and then this high and this high. We've got bearish divergence as well. It's getting too high to look for buys, you know. It's very dangerous. So on the H4, well, H4, we got that bearish divergence, you know. I was looking for this trade here. I was looking for, it was actually a H1 trade, but I was looking for this like A, B, C down here for a flat, and then possibly give us more upside, or it just drops from here. So I was sort of looking for more downside to this trend line. If you follow me on TradingView, well, you would have seen that trade. I mean, the trade worked. It was break even, so you wouldn't have lost any money. Put the trade idea out around this area here. If you took the sell stop, well, you had enough room to move it to break even, and that's what I did. As soon as I seen this, you know, I just moved it to break even. It wasn't going, you know. And then you got this break of your trend line here, you know, so you can look for that buy stop just above there, for more upside. Now I'm only looking for, it hasn't quite broken this top yet, but I'll draw a trend line in here because I dare say it was going to break that top. I can remove all this. The trade didn't play out, but every sell setup I get, I'm going to look for the sell. I'm going to take every sell, even if it's a break even. You know, or even if I take a small hit, you know, I'm going to take every sell setup. I want that C down, and we should get that C down. It's just a matter of time. So now I'll be looking for it to break the top, then come and break the trend line, give us a correction, and then I'll be looking for the sell. Bitcoin on the daily. So on the daily, I was looking for this WXY, but this is turning into a larger correction. We still haven't broken up here on the MACD. So this is more likely an A, B, get that C up as a larger correction, then we get an A, B, C, and then more upside for that larger wave Z. H4. So going over this, look at that WXY. Then I was looking for that triangle, this triangle in here. We've got a sell set up in there, and again, you know, it didn't go and break the low, but you had plenty of an opportunity to move it to break even. At worst, you would have got break even, you know. So that triangle failed. I was looking for that Z down in here, and then we got this flag in here. I said look for that buy, and then we were looking for this Z down in here. It's done that now. We've got all this bullish divergence, so you can't really go against that. And here we can look at this as a flat in here, expanding flat in here. I should go down to H1 because we got the Z down on the H4, so you don't really want to go against that. We've already got the bullish divergence on the H4, and on the daily we're looking for the larger correction. Like we're looking for this here. We're looking for that as a flat in here. You know, will it be expanding or just running? We don't know. More than likely it will just be a running flat in here and not break that top, and then we get another one down, and this will be a larger correction for the flat. Well, that's an expanding flat, but you know what I mean. It could be expanding or it could be running. We don't know. We don't have to know. But we got that bullish divergence on the H4, so we're looking for that. We're only looking for buys. We don't, the thing I don't like about this, we don't have that bullish divergence on the H1. That's one thing I don't like about this, but I'm looking at it as this. You can put a buy stop here. Now, if this just keeps on dropping down to the 95th, well, you're going to take that buy stop off. But if this goes from here, tags you with a buy stop, well, you can use that as your stop loss, and look at this as a flat in here for an A, B, C, at least a C up, and it should go and break the tops. Like, it should give you that daily C up. If it's going to go, it should give you a nice wave up in here for that, at least the running flat in here before you get downside, so you could scalp that buy on the daily. And that's how I'd be looking at it at this stage. I mean, if you're looking for the sell, well, you're getting a little bearish flat in here as well, you know, so you may want to take it, you know, if you want, but you can take it because we've got bearish divergence on a lower low. So you can take it, but we got that bullish divergence on the H4. So you have to be careful with the sell. I'll just go down to the M15. So on the M15, you can put, we got a nice impulse down. We got an A, B, C. We're getting a C up. You can put a sell stop here, or you get a bearish setup up here, whichever one, and then look for that sell for like an A, B, C in here. But yeah, it'll only be a scalp, and if it breaks a low, well, you've done well. You know, I'm not expecting that H4 low to be broken. But yeah, so that's how you can play it this week on the M15 if you play on the lower time frame. SPX. So we've got all this bearish divergence, like I've been saying for ages. I'm looking for this larger correction. Eventually, we're going to get this larger correction. Nothing's changed. It's actually playing out how I was looking at it. Okay, we got this A. Then we got this A in here, A, B, C in here. So we got this larger flat here. So I was looking for that A, B, C. We're looking for that C down. We got that C down. So now we have that flat there. Then we got that A, B, C. We're getting that C up again now for the larger A, B, C with the flat in here. And then we should get, let's A, B, C. So you should have done all right out of this if you trade this. You get that one down, then you get this one up, and then look for this one down now. So we can start looking for this downside here. Last week, I was looking for this X2 on the H1 to give us that Z down and then go. But during the week, it broke out of the trend, broke above this, taking out that X2, and then, you know, you can get into the buy stop here and you'll still be in that trade. So remove that and that. The H4 played out nicely though. And yeah, I mean, you still can look for buys like these flags and that in here. You can starting to get very dangerous now because we're getting internal divergence. But like this one here, you could have taken, and this buy stop here, of course, you could have taken after the trend line break and the break of this top here. These are the ideal trades here because it's broken that trend line. Only thing I don't like is we don't have that bullish divergence when it does it. Looking at the DAX on the daily, again, we've got all that bearish divergence. You don't really want to be looking for the buys. Only if you're looking for the buys, it only scalps. We've got that bearish divergence. So this one's playing out again. This one's a little bit different than the others, than the other two, like the SPX and the FTSE. But this one here, we're looking at this as an A, B, C up here, and then we get that A, B, C. We got that C down as a running flat. And now we're getting this larger correction in here. So you can look for that buy to go and break the top. Yeah. So this one, I mean, we're right at the top and we've got all this bearish divergence. It's not the sort of trade I would take. it more than likely will go and break that top, but I'd be more interested in trend line break and sell set up, you know, and look for the sell, because eventually this is going to fall down with all this bearish divergence, you know. Like, it's only a matter of time. Again, we were looking for that X2 last week, and it actually given bear hidden, but this is looking corrective. Like we look at this A, B, C in here, then we get like an A, B, C, because you can see the little flat in here. The only way you could trade this now, if you're not in it, I'll remove that. You know, this is looking pretty choppy here too. So, you know, this can be an A, B, C. I'd be putting a buy stop just above here, or just above this top here, and using that as your stop loss here. If you put your buy stop just above here, if you're not in it, use that as your stop loss, because it may just come up here and give you another one down there for an A, B, C, and this is internal A, B, and then get the C up. So yeah, wait for a nice setup. It's not really, it's giving a little bullish flag here, but it's very small. You'd have to go down on the lower time frames to see what it's doing on the lower time frames, really, to you know, get your setup, your trade set up. Looking at the FTSE, we got this. I'm still looking at this A, B, C. Now, I should. Still looking at this. Because it's so choppy here, I have to look at it as a B wave, because we got this sharp move down in here. So I'm looking for another sharp move. But looking up here, we know that it's not complete. You know, you've been following me for ages. I've left these arrows on. It's pretty much the same as the SPX, this one. It's got that same structure. So we got the Z up, bearish divergence. We got a pretty impulsive wave down here. This was rather impulsive, and this was impulsive, and then we get that B wave. So we were looking for this as a B wave for ages, and we get that A, B, C. We got that C down. Then we're looking for that A, B, C. Well, we're getting that C up now. This one here. And then we'll be looking for that A, B, C. Pretty much the same as S&P. We've just broken this top. So, you know, we want this C down, and then that whole structure will be complete, and then we can all look for the longer term buy, because, you know, looking for that end of B. But because we've broken this top here, this is a larger correction to go and break the top again. Does it go and break the top from here? Well, it should, to go and break that top. But do we get another one down here? Well, we don't know at this stage. We haven't got the setup for it. But you know, if you do get buy setups, you can look for that buy, because this may be all over and may turn into a similar structure to the DAX, you know. But yeah, so at this stage, you can really only see, you got it was an ugly looking setup, and you could have only really bought above this top. If you're in that trade, well, you know, you got your stop loss here, and look for more upside, at least at A, B, C. Definitely want to be a break even at that 100 fib, and yeah, take half off at the top, you know. Okay, so that's about it this week. I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. Again, it doesn't cost you anything to hit the like button. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you out there next week.